I had a hard time coming up with a PEF during the demonstration. And so I was trying to work on lack of reciprocity with friends.
Uh-huh.
Being a therapist and a doctor is lonely and people don't think you need support.
That's right.
Um, but
Yeah.
every activity I came up with was a solitary activity, which just didn't feel good in that moment. So I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah, we're
to think of a
connected.
PEF. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that isn't
That
connected.
yeah, that's a good point. I mean, if your PEF is linked to the target, then it's not going to be as effective as it's completely different. So that's a good point that you raise. And do you have an actual clear target, something? Um,
Just the lack of reciprocity with friends, kind of been a loner my whole life.
uh-huh.
Um, and so it's just kind of weighing on me, you know?
Yeah, so there's a theme there. It's kind of a
Yes.
sort of an overarching theme rather than a specific. Do you have can you recall any early memories, Michelle, where you felt alone? The
Yeah.
early,
Like most of my life, but at least through middle school, I had family. And then my parents moved me 1,400 miles away from them. And that's when the loneliness kind of,
uh-huh.
so
So that
most
was
of my whole college.
so around about when you were in your late teens that you started to feel
No,
alone.
I started high school at 13. So
When you moved with your family.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have an image that depicts that moment of moving or
Um, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can give me as much or as little details as you like. Just
Yeah. It was like in the late 70s, there weren't cell phones, you know,
oh, yep, yep,
calling somebody long distance was too much money. It took 2 weeks to get a letter there and back.
yep.
And so that's just kind of that overarching thing there.
So your image is sitting on your own. Is that I'm just trying to get
Um,
a memory.
it's just so pervasive. It's hard for one. And I've
Yeah.
done enough EMDR work on the
Yeah.
trauma, but this
Oh,
friendship and feeling lonely, it's like, what the hell? So
yeah. And there's a feeling in the body when you bring up this idea, this sort of theme of being alone.
it just makes me want to cry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So when you Phil, I might need your help here because I'm not sure what our target is. Phil usually has some ideas
There's a
around.
lot of memories. So I
Yeah,
mean,
so
see
there's a
them as
lot of
a string.
there's a
So
lot of
when you say it makes you want to cry,
Hmm.
it brings back painful
Yeah,
times.
sadness. Yeah.
Yeah. So now when you say that, I saw you looking up a moment ago. You were accessing an image. Uh, what comes to mind that captures that sadness and loneliness? That one.
That one. Um,
Yes, that's right.
yeah.
and what was the
So
image
you,
that
what's the image?
Everything I did was alone. No support.
And what
Just
do you see that? What do you see that that sort of represents that?
um no one to share good things with, no one to share the shit with. Um
Do you have a specific memory of having a good thing and no one to share it with, having a bad thing
well,
and no one to share it with?
yeah. Yeah, I
yeah,
do.
Oh,
yeah.
great. And what's that?
Um, the good things, um, Guinness World Book record, triathlons, um, and no one
And
around.
do you remember that feeling of wishing you could share it with someone?
Yeah.
Okay, good. 0 to 10.
As of the holidays, it's like a 7, 8.
Yeah,
But it
yeah,
ain't now when you think about it.
Yes, because
Yeah,
of the holidays, it's brought it to the
yeah,
surface.
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. And do you have something you said you're having trouble getting the PEF?
Yes,
Uh,
because swimming was a solitary activity. The
yeah,
triathlons and bike riding solitary.
yeah,
Silversmithing is a solitary. Writing a book and poetry solitary activity. So I'm racking my brain. So it's like maybe
yeah.
music. It's the only thing I could think of.
What was that last piece, Michelle? Maybe
music.
music. Do you have
Music.
do you have some favorite music on your phone with you? Or
No,
something?
I don't have any. It's a
Yeah?
new phone, so I don't have any
Oh, you
music.
don't have it down.
Oh,
Okay.
It's okay. Nina has
Yes,
every possible music.
I
Just
do.
name it.
But Michelle might not hear it from my end. That's
Yes, I do. Let me see here.
because if you have a favorite piece of music that you like, it's better, I think, if you play it so you can really.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm.
And then I'll bop along when people play their music. I tend to bop along.
Okay. Okay, I've got it queued up.
Radio. So you can play. I might not hear it completely, but I'll just hear glimpses of it because Zoom has a feature where it kind of gets rid of sound. So as long as you
Yes,
hear
it
it,
does.
you
Yeah.
know, if you're playing music, you have the option of you can tap or you can just move or you can tap on yourself. So or you can do some different things and
Okay.
you'll see kind of wiggle around. Although I can't. So you can play your music
Okay.
and. You know, you can tell me about what you're playing, or if you're really absorbed in the music and moving, then I'll just shut up. But what are you listening to before I?
The program is called Evolutioner, and
Uh-huh.
it's like classical music that really the frequencies help to heal the brain and body. So that's
Yes.
yeah.
So what is it, like a symphony or what
Yeah.
instrument? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you can tap or you can. Oh, I can hear little bits of it.
Okay.
So who are we listening to? I mean, I can't hear it, but you can. Who is the Bach, Beethoven, Chopin?
No.
No, that is one that I'm familiar with.
They just developed the music
Uh-huh. Yeah.
that has frequency following stuff that will help the brain to.
Flash. So just blink your
Okay.
eyes. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can tell me about the music, or if you prefer me to shut up, you can just sort of listen or
Okay. Yeah, I do better when I can get into it.
go
So
for it. I will
Good.
shut up.
Flash.
Flash. Flash. Flash. Good. Flash. Flash. Okay. So just pause your music for a moment, Michelle. And I can see you're really into it. I can
yeah.
feel that sort of calmness. And just without going into the details, just skate over the top of that that feeling of not being able to share with someone. And just
It's feeling more peaceful, kind of
peaceful.
like it's going down to 5-6.
Yeah. Look, it looked like it. I could sort of feel it through
Mm.
so let's put the music back on and I'll leave you to tune into the music and I'll just occasionally say flash.
Okay.
Flash. Good. Flash. Good. Flash. Good.
It's a beautiful connection to source.
Yeah. Flash.
Yeah.
Flash. So just take a break, just pause. And again, just check in.
Yeah.
to the-
I'm not alone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. 0 to 10. I probably don't have to ask you 0 to 10, but I will for the benefit of the training. How much does that?
That's like a 1 to 2.
So what makes it as much as a 1 to 2? What's the bit that grabs you now?
I guess you can be connected to source, but you can't hug them.
Ah, rightio.
You can't talk to them and get that. It's still the reciprocity. It's still a one-way relationship.
Yeah, yeah, but it's a lot, feels a lot less, but there's
Oh,
that
yeah.
left. Yeah. So pop your
Yeah.
music back on
Okay.
and zip my lip. Flash. Good. Flash. Flash. Good. Flash. Flash.
It stopped. How dare it?
That's all right. I was about, you know what? We're in tune because I was about to say just pause for now. So good timing.
Yes.
That wasn't planned.
That was spirit saying, okay, you're
I know.
good.
Check in to that feeling of sort of
The
not being
sadness.
sad and
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
Just see it change.
0 to 1.
Yeah.
I can make new friends. I can find people who have the time to give that I'm willing to give and not settle for crumbs, basically,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's possibilities of future friendships, and although you
Yes.
experience some past loneliness and lack of connection, there's possibilities, there's avenues that you have, perhaps through
Yes.
your work and your career, you tend to meet like-minded people. So there's
Yes.
plenty of possibilities. And
Definitely.
like-minded people always also work alone and need connection. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.